Guys, welcome to Velocity Mixed Martial Arts for the third episode, in which every week we meet up, talk about last weekend's fight card, anything that might be coming up in the future weeks, and then make predictions for following weeks. So I am your host, Kyle Leonard. Alongside me is Tanner Thug Nasty Else.
Thunder Cookie.
The Matador, Michael Otamendi. It's sticking now.
I should do this when you do that.
Get you a red flag.
A little.
And the man whose name is also his nickname.
It's Mark Daniel now.
Our guy Tubby. What's up, man?
Tubby.
How are you, man? Thanks for having me, guys.
Tub Daddylicious.
So when I did rugby at SDSU, we were going down and giving our names, and they were giving us nicknames. This one guy's name was Seaman. That's his real name. So they just like, what's your name? He's like, Seaman. They're like, okay. And then they just skipped him because they just didn't give him a nickname.
Okay.
And that's what that reminded me of when you were like Tubby. I'm like,
Good enough name.
sometimes your name is just your nickname.
You know, I think me and Tubby were friends for like 8 years before I actually found out what his real name was. Like, I legit thought his name was Tubby for the longest time.
It is now.
Yeah,
It is now. Yeah, that's what it is.
My
Sticking.
nickname's just Mark Daniel.
Are we live on Facebook too?
We should be.
Okay, I'm gonna double check.
So, yeah, double check that. Yeah, I already did the intro, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
If you like the podcast, check it out on Facebook. Just type in Velocity Entertainment and hit the follow button. You can also find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere, like Spotify and Apple. Super easy to find us. Just type in Velocity Entertainment, and we'll probably be like the second one down because y'all won't follow us.
Yeah, how dare you?
Throw the guy a follow. Shit.
Yeah. And send us money and stuff.
I literally
too.
said I'd kiss you if you follow us.
I'll double that up.
I'll double that.
Got those lips.
Got those lips.
You guys each grab a cheek, I'll get the lips and just
Oh,
triple kiss.
I like this. I like
that's
this
gonna
idea.
get a lot of likes. Right
I'm wet now.
We go through the last.
So I say, do you want to start with last week's card? Because there's a lot to dig into.
Let's take our shoes off and talk about it.
First, we should probably announce the winner. Wait, what'd you say?
Kyle was the winner.
So I was the winner by like a staggering 2 points. Unbelievable 2 points. And do you know why? Is because Rose won, but we'll get to that because that needs its own section.
That needs its own.
That was time. All right,
Picked with my heart.
Let's go down, start from the bottom. Anthony Smith.
Versus Jimmy Crew.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Freaking ouch, dude.
Dude, 2 in a row here. So we'll start with the leg injuries. Like, first of all,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
2 in a row like that was just ridiculous.
So Jimmy Crute, Anthony Smith kicked the back of his leg and hit that nerve. Did you say you thought
like
the right
peroneal
nerve?
nerve?
Was
Well, I thought it was the popliteal nerve, which is like you can hit the popliteal nerve right behind the knee. But then Dana White was saying he's like, well, it could have been a nerve, but it also looked like something went wrong with his ACL.
Well,
So-
and here's the thing too, is I think I pointed this out to you guys, is as soon as that kick landed, his toes curled upwards.
Yeah.
Which
And I was
means
like,
it would be a
that's
nerve.
Grossed me out.
But that means it would probably be a nerve issue, the fact that his toes curled up.
Ugh.
He probably hit the popliteal nerve and the whole thing shut down.
It's a good thing he got stopped though, because honestly, like the way the ref was telling him to like walk forward,
Well,
walk
he
backwards.
couldn't even walk.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was. He wanted to keep going. But
Like,
Yeah,
he was trying to
amped up.
hide it, but it's fine. He's like backed up to the middle of the ring. He's like, walk to me. And he's like,
it was funny because like, since his foot was dead, he was like walking like this. He was like throwing his leg to the side, like as he was like walking, like trying to make it look normal.
watching it.
Dude, that was bad.
The thing that I kept bringing up that surprised me was he was losing the entire fight. Like Anthony Smith was piecing him up,
Yeah.
and then when his leg goes out is when he starts dominating the fight. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
But the rest of
Yeah.
he had like 3 takedowns.
But then he also beat his face in on the ground. Like it was
Anthony Smith also looked a lot bigger than he did.
He's a
Yeah.
big dude. He's a big
Crute's
205.
solid, but I mean, Anthony was a
Between
lot.
Anthony Smith and John Jones, those are probably 2 of the biggest light heavyweights. Like,
Yeah,
in
he was
history.
a lot
It's just-
bigger than.
it's just weird to wait till you're
I can't believe
injured to
Anthony
start
Smith used to fight
to
at
start.
185.
Who?
Anthony Smith used to fight at 185.
That's crazy.
I can't believe
That's
it.
that seems unbelievable.
He's so
right
big,
now.
dude.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But who's next for Anthony Smith?
who's next for Anthony Smith?
Rocket, the guy who I suck him off.
Alexander Rakic.
Yeah, he's good.
Did he beat Devin Clark?
He beat true. Well, both these guys beat Devin Clark
True, yeah, I didn't think
recently.
about
Actually, pretty recently. So
Rakic was a couple years ago.
All right, well, I mean, I'm no disrespect to Devin Clark, but I mean, it's,
I mean,
he's not like a ranked fighter at this point. It's like,
is he not? Oh, you might be right.
I don't think he's in the top 15.
But
is he in the
I don't
15?
think so.
I
But
didn't think so.
he always makes main cards now. He's on a main card.
Yeah, he seems to like jump up
He
and then kind of goes down a little
does,
bit, and then jumps up and then goes down a little
Yeah.
bit.
He was on
Right.
main
he's
event.
taking those fights, you know.
He's not on preliminary cards
Stepping
anymore,
in.
which is nice.
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely made that jump, which is good.
But then
Which is
you,
great,
you
yeah.
said he got pulled out next because he was supposed to fight next week.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight next weekend, but he got COVID. So he had to quarantine and all
bummer.
that stuff. So.
Bummer. Probably a winnable fight from what I saw who he was fighting. So
Yeah, dude. I definitely think he could have won that fight.
shoot. Well, the
The
next
big,
fight.
the big nasty injury
Yeah.
of the night. Chris Weidman and Uriah Hall. So let's
Yeah.
just start this off by saying congrats to Uriah Hall for
Yes.
being the first fighter to not throw a punch and win a fight.
I don't want to talk about it.
As
That's
Dana-
actually-
as Dana White has said.
Tanner was mad that he tweeted that. I was actually happy that Dana White tweeted that because I thought it was an interesting
It's a
fact.
cool, fun fact.
It's a cool
but
fact.
The dude's still on a stretcher, like on his way out of the friggin' building. you know?
And he's my favorite.
And he
fighter.
posted a
Oh,
picture.
Weidman is?
He posted a
He's been
picture
out
of his
shirt
broken
and
leg.
everything.
Oh, okay.
So we were like shocked. We were just standing there like, because my favorite fighter is done probably for good now. You know?
My favorite fighter was Anderson Silva. You know,
And
when that
Oh, so
happened,
you were probably like,
We were at beat-ups when that
I
happened. I
wasn't,
remember that.
you know, I'm
Forgot about
not
that.
against Weidman or hater, but you know, I wanted Anderson Silva to win. You know, I wanted him to keep going. You know, and
The
it
sad
was
thing was, though,
funny.
I don't think even if that leg thing happened, I still don't think he would have beat Weidman because at that time Anderson's chin was going.
Yeah.
And he was getting rocked with jabs by people like Michael Bisping rocked him with a jab, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
the chin's going.
Yeah,
But
the
anybody
chin-
gets caught on that chin. It don't matter
Yeah.
if you have a glass jaw or not. I mean,
Yeah.
look at what happened to Michael Venom Page when he got clipped. You
Yeah.
know, I mean,
That was a bad clip too. Like that was the worst possible angle he could have got hit at.
Yeah.
Like, that was bad.
and for those who don't really know the details of the injury, Chris Weidman went for a leg kick and
Snap.
pretty much snapped his leg in half
That
on
Anderson
Uriah Hall's
Silva.
like knee, essentially.
Mhm.
And I mean, it wrapped around his leg and came back.
The crappy part is we're sitting here like looking at that Jimmy Crute injury. We're like, oh, that's terrible, man. I
Oh,
hope
I
not.
know.
10 minutes later, snap, and we're like, oh my god, what is wrong with
I
tonight,
think
dude?
I about like threw up.
I
That was
can't-
I
like
actually
cringy,
couldn't
dude.
watch the replay.
I
I
gagged-
was
I
at
gagged a
home.
lot.
I
It was tough.
Oof.
It's the end of an era in my mind.
It is.
So
Yeah.
because what you have is Anderson Silva is the best middleweight of all time. Chris Weidman's technically the second best middleweight of all time. The
Oh,
two best
absolutely.
middleweights of all time just retired like at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
And Uriah Hall beat them both. That's something that
Izzy's on his way, but I won't put him at
yeah.
two yet.
Well, it's something interesting that somebody asked Uriah Hall. They were like, "You just beat the two best middleweights of all time, undisputed, like back to back." Now they were weird wins. Don't get me wrong, because
Yeah.
you beat Anderson Silva out of his prime. You beat
Way
Chris
out of his
Weidman
prime.
like without throwing a punch.
Yeah.
But you still have to do something with Uriah Hall, seeing as he just beat the two best middleweights of all time.
Well, somebody was saying, dude, they were like, so when Weidman checked that Silva kick and broke his leg, he turned around and started celebrating and getting all hyped up, and then somebody was like, karma.
Opposite.
Karma.
Opposite.
Yeah.
Karma.
Yeah.
At least
I
Uriah
noticed
Hall was
that.
very respectful about it. Like, he walked away, like, he knelt down, he was just kind of sitting there like,
Yeah,
okay.
he was like, okay.
That was crazy.
You gotta do something. Like he said, all honor to Uriah Hall. Because what do you do with him now? Like you have to put him in the top 5, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
He was at 9, and Weidman was at 6.
Oh, so maybe not top 5 then. Maybe like
I'd still give him
Probably
something in
lose
the
at
top 5, though.
spot.
yeah.
Give him Jacare.
Jacare, I don't think he's ranked anymore, is he?
Is he not?
I don't know.
I'd feed him to somebody like Jacare or actually Ed Hermanson. That'd be a good one.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Hermanson would be a good one.
Hermanson would be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, you could feed him to a lot. Let's see. Middleweight's interesting right now.
Yeah, it is actually. I was just
Well,
gonna
with
look
Romero
it up.
leaving and like Costa not really being active right now, it's kind of just Izzy by himself.
Izzy.
Like yeah.
I guess Whitaker's
I
gonna.
mean, yeah.
Oh, that
I just
Vittori
don't-
fight! I'm so
Yeah,
hyped for
Marvin
that Vittori
Vettori.
fight.
So apparently they were making the Whitaker fight, and there was a reason Whitaker couldn't do
So
it.
Whitaker had to go back to New Zealand or Australia, I think, and he has
Yes.
to quarantine for 2 weeks. So by the time he's done with his quarantine, he would only have like 5 weeks to get ready for the fight.
Yeah.
Because Izzy was very serious about I want this date June 12th.
Right,
So they
right.
offered it to Whitaker, and he was like, I can't do it. Like I have to fly home, wait 2 weeks, and then I can fight. And it just
Okay.
wasn't enough time
Okay.
for him. So they gave it to Vittori.
Wait, Uriah Hall
Yeah,
versus
I mean-
Costa might actually not be a bad.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch it. They're both jacked out of their minds.
So there's,
So
there's not a lot of fights I wouldn't watch, guys.
yeah, let's be honest.
I mean,
I'd watch old ladies fight at Walmart. Let's get
just
it.
to take a second and think about like how bummed
Dude.
Uriah Hall would be. Like, oh, a training camp for
For
that.
That's what I was. Yeah.
You know what?
Turn around, and give him a fight like immediately.
Well, that's what Joe Garcia does. Joe Garcia's like, if you finish a fight and you get a 2-second knockout, he's like, well, we're sparring tonight, so because you gotta use that fight camp or
like,
something.
When I got that 6-second knockout, dude, that was probably the hardest camp of my life, and one punch, and I was like,
Did you not spar that night? You gotta go home and like do a workout.
No.
Or something.
Honestly, I think in situations like that,
I skinny dipped with Josh Dyer.
Okay, that sounds like a better time. Actually,
It was a great time, dude.
no, in a situation like that, a tough camp and a quick knockout, I think like that has a lot to do with it, in my opinion. Like you know you've trained hard, and now you have the confidence as well as the training.
Plus, it was an outdoor fight, and the mat was really slippery, and I was watching people slip and fall all night. So I was like, I'm going in there and I'm getting this done quick.
I remember that.
That was because the ref
was outside.
Yeah, the ref pushed me, and I literally like hydroplaned into the fence, like 4 feet. Like I had to grab the fence.
There was a lot
bad.
of people slipping that night.
Dude, the
Outdoors?
the fight between
it
Josh Dyer and Devin Clark that night literally was just slip and slide. They were all over the place, dude. It was bad.
Yikes.
Yeah.
who made that?
That was a
canvas?
fun night.
That was a great night.
Yeah, it was.
That was probably one of the best fight cards in South Dakota history. Five title fights.
Was it Huron or?
Millbank, Big Stone Lake.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was a great night though.
The Wharf.
The Wharf.
The Wharf.
Big Stone
Good
Lake.
No surprise on the third fight of the night, Valentina Shevchenko and Jessica Andrade.
I won't say it's not. I won't say I'm not surprised, but I will say she was a lot more dominant than I thought she was going to be.
Yeah,
She
it wasn't
was.
even
7 for 7 on takedowns. Like
7 for 7.
Yeah,
that
I
fight
mean,
would have
did
went
you
the
hear
distance.
all the criticism she was getting
Yeah.
about her ground game? I think she had a chip on her shoulder when she went in there.
right.
Because Jessica Andrade has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She's like, I'm going to take her down and submit her. Which
That was
didn't
the game plan. That's
Yeah.
what they had said publicly. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna drag her into deep water and beat her that way.
well, that was the thing too. Is like, dude, she cracked her with that jab cross jab combo, and I thought she won. I was like, finish her. But then she started wrestling, and it took a lot longer. But I was like, apparently she wanted to prove a point.
Her crucifix, she's finished 2 or 3 fights
two or three people
with,
That's a nasty.
with her crucifix. She'll get the crucifix
And then just elbow.
Yeah.
Again, it's mean
It's
and it's
impressive.
nasty.
It's
Honestly, it is. I mean,
jiu-jitsu wise, it's probably the most vulnerable position you can be in is when you're crucifix.
Well, there's really not an escape for it.
There's no, like,
Like you can ask anybody, like you can roll as much as you can. That's about it. Just struggle. Yeah.
yeah, just struggling.
Hey, coach, how do I out of this? Struggle. That's all you can do.
Yeah, she's so good. What do you do with her now?
Yeah, that's the question. Where does
Well,
she go?
if-
the only problem is that her and Amanda fought twice,
Yeah.
and unless they're gonna agree to fight, but
Both
there's
fights were
nothing-
pretty close though.
They were, and there's nothing for either one of them, anyways. You know, there's nobody up and coming right now that's really trying.
We
to
were gonna
challenge
say
them
Zhang. We were gonna
anyways.
say Zhang versus Valentina, but Zhang
But
lost.
Zhang lost.
Yeah, but
yeah.
we didn't see enough out of that Rozang fight to know anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was expecting
dude,
a long,
Battle.
I
drawn
think we all
out,
thought
at
it was
least
gonna be
3
war.
or 4 rounds.
I thought we all thought it was going to be a war.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was super shocked, you know, so we don't really, you know, she
minute
claiming
and
for the
18 seconds,
rematch,
dude.
you know, Dana White saying there's, you know, no other fight to make other than the rematch.
Right.
And a lot of contracts, when you're the champion, when you sign a contract as a champion, you have an automatic rematch clause in almost every contract that you sign as a champion. So they do it in boxing, and now they're
Oh,
starting
I
to do
didn't
MMA. It
even
makes
know
sense.
that in
Yeah,
MMA.
yeah.
So Valentina, she's really cleared out the division. I guess they have to put her against Shukagian again, but she crucifixed Shukagian.
You know,
too.
You
see,
ride
I
her
like
wiener so
I
hard.
like that.
But Shukagian also cleared out the division. But last time they fought, she crucifixed her and
Yeah.
did the same thing.
See, I like Valentina. I think she's actually very, very humble.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
I
yeah,
just
I
freaking
do.
hate that
do.
ballerina
Big time.
dance she does after she
I like
plays.
the dance.
Freaking
You
hate
know
it,
what?
dude.
It's her.
I like
That's
it.
your thing.
That's
Let her do
her
it.
thing.
You're not.
Thing.
You're not
Like,
complaining
dork.
when Valerie Laredo does her twerking routine.
You damn right I'm
You're
not.
just
He's that fun.
You damn right I'm not.
like
If
at least
she went-
Shevchenko's takes an ounce of skill. Like
But if she
spin
went up
like
against
that.
the fence and upside down twerked up against the fence, I'd be mad.
I will say she was just bragging with the post fight interview when she spoke in like 5 different languages. I'm like, no, you're just bragging.
Yeah,
Show
people on my Snapchat, they're like, oh, she speaks better Spanish than I do.
Yeah, right.
dude,
She's good.
I got nothing but
She's
nothing but
languages.
respect and love
So
for
there is a
Shevchenko.
thing on Reddit that she's a spy. You've probably heard this. She's like a spy for another because she knows 6 languages.
She's
She's
absolutely a spy.
like, she's like an expert sniper and she's an expert gun specialist.
Mm-hmm.
She knows hand-to-hand combat.
She's basically Black Widow. Like,
She's basically
she really is.
You could say she knows hand-to-hand combat. She's kind of
She's not. I haven't seen her done one hurricanrana with her leg, spinny scissor kick thing ever.
the most effective.
Speaking of that, did you see the you know, Jimmy Cruz beast,
Yeah.
but a little post-fight interview he had with his dad or whatever, the art of the windmill kick he was trying to throw.
What? Jimmy Carew?
Yeah, so they, you know, do the warm-ups, the episodes on YouTube for the UFC. leading up to the fights, and they had Jimmy Q back there in the
embedded.
backyard, embedded.
Yeah,
there you go,
Embedded, yeah.
in the backyard with his overweight dad holding the pads. It's on Instagram. I like Jimmy. I mean, don't get me wrong,
I like Jimmy
but the
too,
video is pretty funny to watch. I mean,
I remember we were doing tornado kicks at Action MMA one day. Like we were just warming up. It was me and Theron and Jordan Thomas, and so we're like doing these tornado kicks, and Theron's little kid comes right around the corner. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, tornado kicks, and he goes, "I love tomato kicks." So for like the rest of the time that we all trained there, we called it a tomato kick instead.
That's funny.
Not much to talk about in the co-main, so let's talk about Usman Masvidal.
That's a boring fight.
Who does Rose fight next? Do you think she fights Joanna right away, or does she fight?
Rematch?
Well, rematch. But if she wins the rematch, do you think she goes right into Joanna?
Yeah,
or?
she fights Joanna next.
Okay.
Because Joanna had the closest fight.
who
to
fights
Zhang.
John?
I would say Rose. If Rose wins the rematch for Zhang, she would have to fight
Joanna.
Joanna next because Joanna kind of cleared out.
Actually, if
the
you think about it, though, she's already beat Joanna twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
you're
beat
right.
her twice. She beat her.
You're right.
Yeah, she finished her issue decision. Dude,
I forgot about the decision.
yeah.
So wait, you can't do Joanna then. What do you do?
I mean, at some point, you kind of freaking have to. Like,
Oh wait,
Andrade probably is going to go back down, so they could probably do their trilogy.
the only other girl you can put in there is Calderwood, who I can't stand listening to her talk.
She is on a little bit of a tear right now.
She is-
though.
she is
She's
on a
working
tear.
her way through.
Stupid Scottish
But-
accent.
No, her accent. I don't like to make. I do love to make fun of it, but like, I don't think she's good enough to beat Rose, Joanna, or Wailing.
That's what it's going to end up being.
She's a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
that's all
that's how
Calderwood.
the
That's all
division-
Calderwood is.
That's it. That's how the division's
Well,
going to
here's the
sit
thing.
with those three.
Rose is the best.
No, she is.
Joe Rogan
I love
goes.
Rose,
Joe Rogan goes.
man.
You were sitting there before the fight. You were saying I'm the best. She goes, I am the
I'm
best.
the
Nice.
Oh,
I love
love
that.
like my heart melted. She's my
she's
favorite.
You
female
know, I
fighter.
like Pat Barry too.
I don't want to call Kyle out, but he teared up a couple times after that fight.
I stood up out of the chair and like fist pumped at the TV. I was like, unbelievable. That's my favorite female fighter.
She started
without
crying.
a doubt.
They
My
put the
wife
belt on
was
her.
even.
They
Is
put the
Rose's
belt on her,
fight
she starts
on yet? Is Rose's fight on yet?
Without a doubt, my absolute favorite female fighter is.
I love
is
her.
Rose.
I look over as
I
they're
love
putting the
her.
belt on her, and she's like crying on TV. And I look over at Kyle, and Kyle's face already like,
She's like crying,
It reminded me of
dripping tears into her monster. I'm like, baby girl, pick up that champion's chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the best.
You the best.
Oh,
man.
yes,
dude.
She knocked
is.
out communism better than Rocky. Did you
Oh, I love it.
Good pull.
I love it.
You know, Pat Barry
Prayers
gasses
for
her
Hong Kong.
up hard.
Prayers for
Rose, I mean,
Pat Barry is
He
a
gasses her
world-class
up.
striker, dude.
he
Yeah.
gasses her up
Well,
so hard.
that's what I'm
throws
saying.
her.
Pat Barry wakes up with her and throws tennis balls at her face, and she punches them out of the air. Like, that's good training, I think. Pat Barry's just like,
They are so funny too. when
They're
they
so
post
dude.
videos.
They're TikTok together. Hilarious, dude.
I've always loved Pat Barry too.
Pat
Honestly,
Barry's one of my favorite strikers ever.
I love him.
He will go out as a legend forever for that Czech Congo fight.
I did feel bad for him after he left the UFC when K1 got murdered his first fight.
I just thought it was funny. Like he went over to train with Brock Lesnar, and they're like trying to teach him, good takedown defense. He defends one takedown, looks over his corner, he's like, "I did it!" And then as he does that, the person like sneaks around the side and dumps him, and I'm just like, "Freaking Pat Barry, dude!"
He's too-
First, like he's got like a 0% takedown defense rating. He gets one takedown like defense, and it's like,
that's
He
how,
is so funny too.
dude, I
Like
love him, dude.
that's how we said we would steal Rose's heart. Like, we would just go in there and take him down, and he wouldn't know what to do.
Now we just gotta wait for them to release their sex tape.
They're 16.
That's one sex tape I want. That Ronda Rousey, Travis Brown, I want that sex tape too.
I'd like to strike that
I
from
do
the
not
record.
like Ronda.
We have
I'm
nothing
not
but
a
respect
fan.
for the champ.
We have nothing but...
Yeah,
I do not like Ronda Rousey. I'm not a fan.
I don't like her, but
I don't like her attitude. Just the way she carries
I never
herself.
was.
telling me if
She's
she
not-
was
that's not a true
6 foot
champion
6'10"
mentality.
Travis Brown made a sex tape with her, you would
Do
watch it.
That guy's a woman beating.
Yeah.
Not to say that she wasn't, great in her field, like judo and stuff.
Oh,
Like she was
absolutely.
amazing.
She's one of the best.
Well, she was a trailblazer.
women's
Without,
MMA.
yeah, without
I
her...
mean,
Without her and
it wouldn't
without
be where it
Conor
is.
McGregor, I mean, I don't think UFC,
Yeah.
it got super casual
Well, you gotta
people
think about it.
into the sport.
She came around at a time when Chuck Liddell was on his way out, Anderson Silva was
Right.
on his way out, GSP was on his way out. All the stars were basically watched
Leaving.
up to that point. Yeah, so she kind of carried the sport for a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She was
bringing in nobodies.
She was the highest paid athlete in the UFC for many years.
My stinking mom never watched a sport in her life. Would go to the bar and
Right. No,
get
I mean,
for you Ronda Rousey
there's
fights.
no denying her
Yeah.
skills at all. But I mean, just as much of effect that she had,
Yeah.
you know, just not on MMA, but UFC and women's MMA in
Yeah.
general. Just
She was
just the way
incredible.
she carried herself, you know, as a champion.
She was like, I would watch her walkouts. She was terrifying when she walked out.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen somebody more focused during a walkout ever than her.
She's got
Right.
that RBF.
That's hard, dude.
Hard.
I do remember when a reporter asked her, like, what do you think about the controversy of women athletes getting paid way less than male athletes? She's like, well, I'm the highest paid UFC athlete. I get paid more than all the men. And then the reporter was just like, oh. And then she's like, what are you talking about?
Big
Because she had
bills.
all the views back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
She, before McGregor, she was one of the first people that, like, in her contract, she didn't sign for. It's usually like 50 to fight, 50 to win. Like, it's to show up and to win is your bonus or whatever. She was one of the first athletes that signed for pay-per-view money.
Yeah.
Like, the more pay-per-views get sold, the more I get paid.
Can't you only get that if you're a champ, basically?
I think so, but
main
her
event. I think it's
a
main
thing.
events.
Yeah.
Main event.
But
Which
she was
are
one of the first.
typically-
She was one of the first people to like
pay-per-view
bargain
champions.
for that, basically.
Yeah.
And then McGregor took advantage of that.
I still,
Dude.
me and Tanner
Yeah.
disagreed though, because I said the best female athletes of all time are, or MMA fighters, Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko. You got to put like Cyborg somewhere in there. I thought
You
Ronda,
have to.
I put Ronda Rousey at 4 and then Holly Holm at 5. That was my list, but I don't know.
that's not terrible, I guess.
I don't
I
know.
mean, the only thing is Ronda Rousey had, you know, an incredible career, and she was undefeated for how long? 8 first-round finishes, champion in
Misha
multiple.
Tate was the only win that she had that was a decision.
Right.
Everybody else got finished.
Yeah, Misha Tate's coming back, by the way.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out right now and say that's a
Bad idea.
If,
I mean,
if,
you just.
I think anybody in the top 5 beats her.
Who watches Nunez fight and be like, I want to come back?
Well, not only that, but I mean, after you're gone for so long, you do. I mean, you lose so much
Ring rust.
speed.
Yeah.
You know, you lose that strength of you know,
Oh, you were better
being
when
in
you came
there
back.
grabbing somebody.
You were a lot better when you came back.
But that's because I actually trained.
The most overhyped fight in the history of Watertown MMA.
I mean, it's just every time I get in there.
So the fight's in Brookings, right? The entire city of Watertown is in Brookings for this fight.
it was insane. Like, you couldn't move in this place.
It was
like one of the most packed
people
out
took
shows
buses
they
down.
had.
They took like buses down.
There was people from like all over Minnesota. There was
Yeah.
people from Nebraska and Iowa.
Not even a number 1 contender fight, not a title fight. Early
I'm
on
supposed
the
to be
card,
like-
and
I'm
it's the most
suppo-
hype fight of the night.
I'm supposed to be like 4th or 5th fight, and I'm the first fight, and I'm like, don't have my hands taped, I haven't warmed up, and I just go out there and get knocked out.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about what's his name that you fought in Brookings.
Oh, that one was hype too.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was the one you won. Yeah.
Yeah, I still was. I got cold feet in there on that fight really bad. I didn't do anything I wanted to. Spinning back elbow never came in one time, you know.
We
But
practiced that.
a lot too. And he was running towards that way too, you know.
I'm just glad you stuffed the takedowns. Like that's all we were really hoping for.
Yeah.
Did I wrap you up for that fight? Because didn't you hurt your hand? No, I feel like you did.
You know, I think I ended up did hurting my left hand, but nothing ever came of it.
Good.
No.
I did a great job wrapping your hands in.
Yeah.
I'm not letting Tanner wrap my
Dude, they used to make me like wrap hands, ref, and fight. Like they used to make me do all these things.
They had me in there wrapping hands, and I'm like, I'm a fighter. I'm like, I don't wrap hands. I don't even
Yeah.
watch my hands get wrapped
Yeah.
when I'm.
Well, that was the thing too. Is like,
fighting.
so if I was fighting, I'm like, I'm not wrapping hands. Like, and they're like, well, who else here knows how to wrap hands? Nobody. So I'm like wrapping everybody else's hands, and I'm like, I gotta fight in 10 minutes. Like, somebody wrap mine.
Yeah. I mean,
so
those fights were
great.
so unorganized back then,
Yeah.
but they were fun. I mean, they were local shows.
It wasn't wrong when they posted that article and they were talking about how South Dakota used to be the Wild West of MMA, like the Wild Wild West. And I was like,
you
it
go
was,
out to
dude. Like,
Sturgis and
Oh,
right in the
I
middle.
fought in
he
Sturgis.
he fought a drunk dude out of the crowd.
I fought 3 times in Sturgis, so my opponent didn't show up. He probably just backed out because he was scared. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna get my stuff and go home. And the promoter's like, no, you're fighting tonight. He's like, you're not leaving. So
Oh
then,
yeah, they had people come right out from the crowd.
yeah,
and fight.
then he's like, they got a volunteer from the crowd. This guy who couldn't walk a straight line, and I'm like, I'm not fighting this guy. So they had him sign a waiver that was probably fake. Like they probably printed off the internet like that second.
Right.
This whole thing was probably illegal.
in Sturgis.
Yeah, but
I used to watch
this was in the
stuff,
biker.
Were
And
all
so
yours at the Buffalo Chip?
Oh yeah, but they call it I thought they called the knuckle back then. The knuckle.
Well, there's the Knuckle Saloon that used to have fights.
Okay,
and then there was Buffalo
I
Chip.
fought at the knuckle.
Okay.
Okay, but
Like right downtown.
yeah.
They tried to get me to do the Buffalo Chip one. They had like a middleweight tournament, and it was like 6 fights one night, and I was like, no.
Dude,
No.
but those bikers will just wanted to fight, and I'm like, but you can't walk a straight line. It was just like and the thing, they didn't even know how much he weighed. They're like, you guys look the same size. Like there was no.
I used to work Sturgis every year, so I would go over there.
Yeah.
You know, they'd have a couple nights a week.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to call anybody out right now, but there used to be a team that I used to fight for, and we used to like get on the scale to get it like exactly where the weight was, and then we take a picture of it, and then we jump off real quick and take a picture of us on the scale. Be like, yep, we're on weight. We'd be like 20 pounds over what we were.
See,
Team Natsu.
Spartan Combat League was like on dot. They were like you weigh here, then you weigh here, and somebody has to watch you like do the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But in Sturgis, they were like, you guys look the same size. Just get in there.
Yeah.
Good old Watertown doing weigh-ins at, what was it, Shooters?
At Shooters,
Yeah.
yeah.
Freaking hated doing weigh-ins there, dude.
Shooters.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're fighting somebody from Watertown, you just get booed, and I'm like, hey, I will beat you up. Like, we're at a bar. Like, you think I'm not going to come over there and smack you as soon as I get off the scale, bro?
Yeah, Watertown's man, they're full of haters.
Oh, fucking
Go to Sparky's and watch somebody get their butt ate in the middle of the bar. You remember that?
Yeah.
I still have that picture. Gross.
You're gonna need to get an air conditioner in here by the time summer hits. I'm just kidding.
Yeah?
It's getting warm.
Well, the AC will be on by then.
Yeah. Fair.
So the main event,
Main event.
we got Usman and Masvidal
Yeah, super sidetrack.
Time for me to go.
with a round 2 KO going the way of
I gotta
Super
admit,
necessary.
The same thing happened with the Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman thing when he knocked him out. Right before he got knocked out, I was like, he's gonna get caught, you know, and
he's just acting
he
like
did.
it.
And then right when round 2 came out, I said out loud in front of everybody that was at my house, I go, doesn't respect his power. I go, he's got his hands down, he's gonna get too cocky, and he's gonna get knocked out. And about 5-6 seconds later,
boom.
he got knocked down. I'm a huge Jorge
Well,
Masvidal
we
fan.
were
so
discussing it, and it's like
he didn't respect his power.
It's
He
it's a similar thing to with what happened with McGregor Khabib. When Khabib dropped McGregor, it's because he dipped like he was going for a takedown, counter dropped his hands, and then he came right over top and hit him. And I'm like,
Honestly,
it sucks
though,
fighting wrestlers because you have to respect the takedown, and you have to respect their level changes.
I mean,
They change
yes,
levels.
you're not
Not
gonna
only
be-
that, but Jorge, I mean, in that second round, he came in there not respecting his hands or the power.
There was half the round where he had his hand
And
down, like his front hand
he
down.
had his hands down.
Behind his
Yeah.
back a couple of times.
He
for
had
God's
his
sakes.
hands because he didn't.
Watch him
and he
throw
said
that
it
leg
right
kick.
after the
Yeah.
interview. He didn't respect it. You know, he showed him something he didn't see firsthand. But in the first fight, you saw Jorge using that head movement. You saw him with his hands down, but he was out of harm's way. He wasn't getting hit. He was moving. I mean, if you watch that fight, Jorge didn't take any damage.
No, dude.
Right.
He even said like the worst damage I got was he stomped on my foot and my pinky toe hurts. Like,
Yeah.
And that's true. I mean, I went back and watched that fight. I mean, if you look, there were so many exchanges where he's getting Mayweather. I mean, he's literally Jorge's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why he didn't respect his power, because I don't think Kamaru Usman showed his power.
Well, he
that
never
first
does because he never clips anybody that clean.
Yeah.
dude, it's crazy though.
Never.
First time in 50 fights that he's ever been knocked out. That is mind blowing.
That's mind blowing.
It
Apparently
just
he.
sucks it has to be Kamaru.
Apparently he got.
right. The one dude who never knocks anybody out.
He's so cringy. Like I just.
I hate him.
We're starting to like him more. I am starting to like
I
him
respect
I was like, what's this Wii stuff? Like,
more. No, me and
respect
Kyle are
I'm
starting to like him.
definitely. Everybody, it's the same thing. Everybody's like,
respect
he's so
it.
boring. And I'm like, well, his last 5 fights certainly weren't.
Well,
So
no,
we're
I'm
getting
not
there.
saying that. His fights certainly aren't boring. I mean, he just knocked out.
he used to be there.
Yeah.
Let's
He
be real.
used to be. Tyron Woodley, one of the most boring
One
fights
of the most
all time.
boring
He
fights
was-
ever.
he
He
was-
was to get the belt.
Yeah.
Now he's got the belt, so he's like, okay.
He was basically on his way to being Khabib Jr.
I just
Like,
feel like he acts
And
like a
then- and now-
16-year-old little girl when he talks, and he's just like,
it's just weird that he's like, he sees like super ghetto, and then he talks, and it's like,
yeah.
Talk
it's
like a white
you are
person.
Marty
super
fake.
white.
Marty fake news.
Marty freaking.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love,
Marty.
the name, but I can't stand Covington.
I hope
It's just like an act.
I
feel
never
like,
go for
It-
him because
it is,
because
but-
I always hated just his wrestling style, so I always go against him. But during the Covington fight, I was like, I have to go for him.
So I don't like Covington, but I actually respect what he's doing, because he was gonna get dropped by the UFC. Everyone knows this story. The UFC was like, you're boring, we're dropping you, and then he put on this act, and the UFC's like, oh, we're gonna keep you now.
Nah,
So
yeah, now you draw people.
So as much as I don't like Colby, and I agree, like he had
is a
to
good
do
fighter.
he had to do what he had to do. He had to put on a show and be like a WWE. Like
I just wish him and Jorge would fight.
I just wish he didn't have to
because
make America great again hats all the time. Freaking gross.
with his suit, with his like neon
With
orange
his suit and
suits.
his
it was
fake
so
belt.
cringy when you like called Donald Trump after.
What? It was just a
What
voice
fight
fight.
was
It was
that?
just a,
Oh, was it?
No, 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 I'm just
Oh,
He
I
went
was
to the
like,
White
no,
House and
I'm
took
pretty
pictures with
sure.
him.
I'm making a joke that Donald Trump's like, oh, Colby did.
He's just so annoying.
I just thought it was.
I hate watching him.
I thought it was hilarious that he went to the White House and took pictures with Donald Trump after one of his fights. I was like, "You are out of control, dude."
You are out of
It is,
control.
though,
Grow up.
like, come on.
It is an act. It is an act to an extent, but he's a good fighter.
It is. Oh, he is. He is.
All right, I was like, before we get too far, we got a whole list that we got to name.
Yeah,
off today, so
I'm just gonna roll right into that
let's
now.
jump right into it. Yeah.
The
I'd
list?
start us off because I only have 4 people on this list because it's no
That's fine.
surprise.
Oh, I don't have a list,
That's
but
fine.
I have a few names that
Fair
I
enough.
think people will respect that should be in the UFC.
This should, yeah. this
Yeah,
should
it's
be good, yes.
it's no surprise outside of the UFC. I'm not super well educated
That's
on
fine.
fighters,
Yeah.
so I looked up some popular fighters and stuff, and I figure I'll get a big one out of the way. Pitbull.
Oh, there you go. I have him on.
Patrick-
I have him on my
Patrick
obvious list.
Oh
He
no,
won't-
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
He won't.
For the 305.
Even if he were to have a chance to fight with the UFC, I honestly don't think that he would.
Dude, he makes so much more money.
So much money.
He makes
Well,
so
that's the
much
thing
money.
is I think that's
He
the
hears about all
Chandler.
this
Chandler
stuff.
left because Chandler doesn't care about money. He wants that UFC.
He wants that
Yeah.
gold,
Yeah.
man. He's been fighting too long.
Yeah.
He's been around for so long.
Yeah.
Right.
Pitbull, he don't care. You know, he wants that money
Pitbull's
for
about that
Bellator,
paper.
and he sees, you know, all the politics
Yeah.
and stuff with the UFC and
Scott
how many
Coker's my hero.
fighters.
Like, thank you for paying fighters. Like,
Dude,
Honestly, though,
Yeah.
I mean,
straight up,
respect.
shout out
I
to
gotta-
Scott Coker.
Honestly,
I gotta look up because I'm pretty sure he's defended his belt like 8 times or something ridiculous. Patricio Pitbull.
He knocked out Chandler, didn't
yeah, but Chandler also beat him too.
he? I think so.
I'm pretty sure they fought 2
Um,
or 3 times. I believe.
I'm gonna start out with a South Dakota boy, at 9-0, Logan Storley.
Oh, hey.
Storley.
Talk to
9-0 now. He just lost.
Did he lose?
Oh,
Yeah,
did he?
He
What
lost
did he
a
lose
few
to?
weeks ago.
Oh, shoot.
A month
What?
ago. Yeah, he.
Well, don't make us cry
They
like
went
this.
to a decision. They were both undefeated. The guy he fought is incredible too. I mean,
Who was it?
I didn't end up getting to see the fight, but I know that
Oh, yeah,
that
he did
Storley lost to a decision. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. I heard it was. I honestly,
it
actually,
was Yaroslav Amosov.
I think that's a beast.
Yeah,
I
well,
heard it
obviously.
was a really close fight though. Honestly, I heard it could have went either way. I don't know how true that is because, like I said, I didn't see the fight myself.
But I do agree. I think he could beat a lot of UFC guys because this list is all like
I think- yeah, I think-
non-UFC fighters who could run through a UFC roster.
and honestly, he could.
I think he cracks like the top 15, but doesn't. Unless he changes a little bit, he doesn't get.
Pitbull's just on fire. Look at how many times he's won in a row.
Yeah.
It's insane. He beat Michael Chandler, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and he beat Juan Archuleta.
Yeah.
That's.
But he lost
And
to,
down
but he
south.
lost
I
to
was,
Bendo.
I was gonna actually.
But he lost to Bendo.
He lost to Bendo.
I think he beat Ben Henderson
Probably.
somewhere in here though.
You know, Juan Archuleta is one of those guys too that's super under.
And then just all this green right here. Green.
He is.
No, yeah.
Juan Archuleta. I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Who you got?
Oh, so first one is Rod Tang.
Ooh.
He's
Rod
actually
Tang is a
he's
beast.
actually a Muay Thai champion, but he actually
He's been competing in MMA with ONE FC now.
he has been So
yeah.
he's the ONE FC Muay Thai champ. I think he's going into ONE FC MMA. He's a monster.
Yeah.
he needs to shave whatever he's got
Yeah.
going on here with nothing here. I mean,
But have you seen his chin? Just like what do you do with that guy? Like I think he just
I remember that they posted a video on Instagram where he just stood there and just took like 8 shots from this dude, and he was just like,
yeah, I
let's
just
go.
watched that video
Yeah.
a few days ago.
now I wouldn't advise that with UFC gloves, but
Frick no.
They need to do something about these gloves and the eye pokes.
yeah.
And here's the reason why they won't. Because Wynn owns that patent.
Cause who?
Jason Wynn, he owns that patent for the gloves.
Oh,
and UFC doesn't own the patent.
Well,
so they won't use
There was a
the
guy
gloves.
who like suggested something. They won't do it, but it was like something over the fingers. But
That's
you
what
can
it
still grapple.
is.
There's a
You
lot
can
of
still grapple.
there's
Yeah,
a lot of
that's what
gloves that I've used for training where it's like it covers
Yeah.
your fingers, but it comes down to like here, and it's like a one instead of like individual fingers, it's like one thing.
So
Yeah.
this one actually it prevents you from extending the fingers. You can still grapple and everything. But what his patent and for his gloves and I mean they've been proven to work too. It kind of arches the fingers a
Okay.
little bit, so you're not fully extended. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
And I get why people extend their hand. That is a common MMA technique, but like
it needs
sometimes,
to stop.
yeah. Sometimes I'm like, are you gonna
Yeah.
try to
I
eye
only
poke
say
him?
this
John
because
Jones.
I've had 3 serious
Yeah.
eye pokes from my son, and they're no joke.
I remember your last one.
My
Your
eye
last one
swelled
was
up,
bad, dude.
pretty bad. I mean,
Yeah.
even when I went in there, they were like, "Oof,
Yeah.
this is not good."
They
you
do
know?
gotta do something
So I even actually woke up. This has been a few months. I actually woke up the other day, and they told me this last time I was in there, and they said, you know, the cells when they heal. They can open up back up at any given time. So
Those
they're like,
fight
they could heal, and in a week from now or 10 years from now, you could wake up in the middle of the night and your eye will be dry. It'll cut that cut right back open.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 2 weeks ago, it happened to me. I woke up at 3 a.m. and my eye was swollen shut. Yeah.
That
Terrible, dude.
Chris
Yeah.
Weidman's
I
washed.
was
Well,
like,
his
dude,
career.
eye injuries are no joke.
His career's done.
If it wasn't for Bruce Hoyer's eye injury, he'd probably be one
Yeah.
of the better fighters in this area. Like,
He's 1-0 in MMA.
yeah, I remember.
Wasn't it a neck?
Also-
isn't
no.
a necktie choke? And I'm like, how do you get one of those in
I was gonna say,
MMA?
I'm pretty sure he got like a rear naked choke, and it was like 16 seconds, and I'm like, how do you even get somebody's back
Where
that fast?
was that? Was that back?
It was in Watertown, I think.
It was in Watertown, like 2010
Okay,
or something like that.
But when you go on Sheerdog, it says like a necktie choke, and I'm like, you can't get those in
'cause
MMA.
you don't have a gi on.
Yeah, you don't have a gi.
Yeah.
Would he use his own shorts?
Yeah, he's just like,
Dude, I wouldn't put it past him.
He wrapped his shorts around.
I would not put it past him. He is that good.
Bruce is that good. Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, he was world ranked.
Yeah.
Well, he
Wait,
won the brown belt world
Worlds.
champion.
Yeah, he won
Right.
worlds.
Yeah.
He was better than every brown belt in the whole world.
In the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I don't.
It also helps that he's like 6'8" and he's got monkey arms.
He's got monkey.
Like,
Did he ever try for the black belt? I don't think
he's had black belt.
No, I'm
No,
saying, did he ever try
compete.
for the black belt championships?
I don't know. I guess I haven't followed him that closely since.
Because I know he won the brown belt championship, and I wanted him to try as a black belt, but I don't know. No. Bruce is a B. Yeah, true. Colin has trained with Bruce. Who's next? I don't even.
Like Kyle.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
What I got? I gotta find my list again because I
Not gonna be better than Raw Tang, but
closed it out. Oh, AJ McKee.
Oh yeah.
oh,
I was watching, and I wasn't super versed on this guy, but he's undefeated in Bellator.
I was like, didn't he just lose to the champ?
did he?
I thought he. Oh no, he hasn't.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm thinking of the guy who just fought for the bantamweight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always forget
17
that.
Well, and they're
He
not,
is
and he's not
undefeated.
losing to no names either.
They-
Like, that's what I was
him and-
noticing is that some of these names.
Yeah,
I mean,
And
he's got
Pitbull
some
are up
pretty good-
next, right? I mean, he's going to fight for the belt for.
you would think.
They're doing the Grand
He's
Prix.
17 and 0. It says right.
They're doing the Grand
Oh,
Prix.
they're doing the Grand Prix.
Yeah, the
So
Grand
he's-
Prix.
So
he just
Pitbull
won in
just
the-
beat.
Yeah, he just won in the semifinals.
So
yeah.
so obviously you have a bunch of no names down here in Tel, but that's how it is with everyone.
Well, right.
Yeah, that's how it is with everyone.
I mean, you're not going to start taking out bangers
Dude,
right away. But
Unless you're Jake Paul.
Justin Lawrence is
Boy,
a serious win. Justin
Yes.
Lawrence, yeah, that
So,
dude is a beast. with
17
jiu-jitsu.
and 0. Yeah, this guy looks.
nope, he's something to watch. He's a kid to watch, man. So
Definitely. Back to Tubbs.
What was that?
Got anybody else or no?
Oh, I mean,
If you didn't
I wish I would have been a little bit more prepared. You know,
that's
right
what
off
I
the top
was
of my
thinking.
head,
So,
you know, you have Douglas Lima. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Douglas
I
definitely.
mean, he was a few years ago. You know, I mean, he was kind of under the radar. I mean, with a lot of MMA people, I feel
Yeah.
like, you know.
Until he fought Rory McDonald, and then people were like, "Oh, this guy's the real deal."
Well, I mean, I feel like people were just sleeping on him for a while. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think that
Yeah.
he wasn't not known. I just think that people were kind of just
Did
like
he go to the
sleeping
UFC
on him.
first and then Bellator?
Did he?
I don't
I
remember.
feel like he did.
I feel like he was on like a prelim card like way back in the day. and
So-
then went to Bellator.
Where's my computer here? I'm so bad. Yeah, Lima's.
Yeah, I like Douglas Lima. He's one of my favorite fighters.
looks like
honestly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what
So-
Bellator.
Well, how many different? Look at all these different organizations he's fought for.
Those are all local
Yeah, local. but-
stuff. Yeah.
And then he goes to Wait, what's MFC?
M1.
Oh, okay. And then
Alright.
Bellator.
So for me next, I'm gonna go Patchy Mix.
Oh wait, do I know? Let me see. Patrick Nix.
It's just Patchy.
Patchy.
Is what they put him in.
Oh yeah, he just lost to
The champ. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. But other than that, I think that's his only loss.
Well, that was Juan Archer,
Oh, yeah.
wasn't it?
Juan
He's
Archer.
13-1 against Juan. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Beat
this-
Ricky Bandejas.
Oh, I've seen this guy. He's
Yeah.
scary.
He's a beast,
I
dude.
got
His
his
submissions are scary,
I
dude.
gotta see his picture again.
Yeah,
ugly.
He's an interesting guy to watch fight too. I mean, he's got nice angles.
Freak at 135.
footwork.
Like that's a big 135.
He reminds me of a tiny.
It's crazy how big he looks in this because
Greg Hardy.
he does not.
He's like
look-
5'7", isn't he? Like he's a decent sized bantamweight, dude.
Yeah. You should see him jumping on this guy. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was Ricky right there. That was when he choked out Ricky.
Ricky, yeah.
So
That was a good fight.
my next one is the entire Lee family because Christian Lee.
Christian Lee's a beast.
Christian Lee is the ONE FC champ for 45, I believe.
55.
55. And then
He just beat Shinya Aoki.
and then Angela Lee is one of the female champions. So that family is just like ONE FC.
Right.
ONE FC just has some insane fighters.
They
now,
do.
now I've said this before. I think that they are all juiced up. Some of them are. But no, that I don't get how that family's just so good at martial arts. Apparently, their parents were super good too.
Yeah.
So Christian Lee and Angela Lee, I kind of put them. I
had Christian Lee on my list.
You did?
Yeah,
Christian Lee was actually my next.
Dang it! I'm sorry.
He's
We could just move right on to.
We could just move on.
I'll do my last one because I only had 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my 4th one was just to make Tanner mad
Oh yeah.
and put Alistair over him.
Not a fan.
Technically true though. He could run through a lot of
So much.
he could run through a lot of UFC heavyweights. It's
Yeah,
technically true.
it's we may or may not have proof,
That he
allegedly, but he's not in the UFC, so.
Yoel Romero. Let's get all those out of the way.
Sweating his horse shit.
I hate it here.
All right, Tubby.
I can't pronounce his name. That guy that beat Bader.
Oh, Nemkov.
Nemkov.
Yeah.
I had him too.
Oh
yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Nemkov's a tank, dude.
Nemkov
He
should.
is such a tank.
If he weren't making so much money in Bellator, he should definitely come back.
I think he probably. Be
I
top
honestly
3,
don't see
like-
a lot of guys leaving Bellator that
Yeah.
are ranked fighters. You
Well,
know,
here's the thing, like,
especially
if
at
you look at it
title
after
holder
he
to
beat-
leave. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
After
not
he beat
title.
Ryan Bader,
No.
do you think he could beat like, what's his name, Thiago Santos?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I would say he's easily in the top 5 of the UFC.
It's hard to say he can beat Jan or Jan Blachowicz.
Oh yeah, for some reason I'm like Peter Yan. I'm like it's 135. Dude.
Yeah.
He got like 70 pounds on him.
It is. Yeah.
And I bet he would beat Peter Yan.
I hope so. Somebody needs to beat Peter Jan.
Right.
Because he's throwing illegal knees.
It needs to happen.
he needs to go to one.
Yeah, right.
Apparently so.
That guy, yeah, he is.
No, Nemkov is a
Nemkov,
monster.
Yeah.
So Bader's only has 1 belt now, and he's fighting in a Grand Prix.
Yep.
He is.
He
He's
just
indeed.
beat. He just
He beat Lyoto Machida.
Leo.
Yeah,
Right?
It wasn't
So now
even
who does he fight? Phil.
He fights the winner
Phil
of.
Davis didn't win.
No, he fights the winner of Romero and Corey.
Okay.
Or Romero and Rumble. Romero and Rumble.
Wow, that's such a banger for a
Like
first
why?
round matchup.
Yeah, like come on.
Why is that your first round
It's like-
matchup?
Because you have Corey Davis, you have Nemkov, you have
Yeah, there's really no
Corey,
easy way to make that bracket. If I'm being honest, like that bracket's just stacked.
no, that bracket's stacked.
Yeah.
They actually, after that bracket's done, that could easily be like a UFC contender, like the winner of that bracket.
I don't think I've ever seen a tournament that's stacked before. Like,
Yeah.
Even the closest thing probably to it was the 2009 or 2008 Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Because that had Cormier, Verdum,
Bigfoot maybe wasn't.
Bigfoot. What's his name too? Dan Henderson was in it.
Yeah.
What can I think of? Fedor. Fedor was in it.
Oh, is that when Dan Henderson knocked out Faber?
Yep.
Oh,
That was a stacked tournament, dude.
oh,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Right when Fedor finally started losing.
Did you say yours yet? No.
No,
Oh, sorry. I wanted to pull up.
Oh, this is kind of obvious, but Ang Lasang.
Yeah, I put him on the obvious
He's
list.
got it over there.
Dude, he is the scariest. Hold on, I just got.
Dude, his legs, dude.
Tree trunks.
The reason they don't want to make him a
Straight up.
UFC champ is because nobody can say his name.
Right?
He's so scary.
Dude, like that picture of his leg, like right there. Like,
Of his legs?
yeah.
Where?
Up in like.
Right there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, those are just.
Oh, just tree trunks,
Just
dude.
gigantic, dude.
And he's the champ now in ONE FC.
He's the light heavyweight champ.
light heavyweight. But he's big enough to be a heavyweight.
Well, he beat Brandon Vera at heavyweight.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Or no, that might
No,
have-
he did. Yeah, he beat Brandon Vera.
No, actually, no. He's the middleweight and light heavyweight, not the.
How does he cut down to middleweight?
I don't know, but he's pretty huge, dude.
This guy's a monster, though. Yeah, he should.
Look at the beginning of his record though. Like, look how bad he was in the beginning. Like, go down.
Yeah. There's
Like-
a lot of all these like.
At one point, like 12-8.
He lost his first fight. You'll notice that though from champs. Some champs, you'll go back, they all like lost their first fight, which I think is crazy. Like, is it? I don't know if it's occurred. Not all of them, but
I lost my first fight.
Same.
I was there.
The guy I fought.
We're all
You're
champs in the
fucking-
making.
Yeah.
Poor jaw, Tubby. That was so
That guy
bad.
lied too. After the fight, one of the guys that he rode with came up to me and he goes, "How many fights have you had?" And I was like, "That's my first one." He's like, "What?"
You should not have been fighting.
And he
that
goes, "Dude, that dude that you fought is like just like knocked out like 6 dudes in like the last like year."
dude, people can lie about their records because like all
Back
my
in the day, we used
He
to.
knocked
Well, I don't-
me out.
I don't
caught
have to
his
count-
It was
leg.
quick. It was
Man.
like 17 seconds, wasn't it?
It was like 30 seconds.
30. Okay, I would say it was.
I mean,
quick.
I was getting too comfortable and too cocky because
You were putting your
I
hands
didn't.
down.
I thought he was gonna
Yeah.
take me down. I did. I didn't think this guy was gonna stand with me, so I was just.
I remember at one point I'm looking at Tubby and he like went like this and he went like that too, and I was like, no.
Well, he was swinging. I'm like, this guy ain't gonna hit me, you know. So I'm like, So I put my hands out there, he's swinging, moving,
And
do
then
a
all of a sudden-
lateral movement. He kicks me. I went to catch it. And I was gonna sweep his legs. This guy's way taller than me too. He somehow gets his leg out. And we started going at it, and I just got too cocky again. And he, out.
Left
I
hook,
mean,
dude.
I was out. Yeah.
Left hook.
That'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah, I don't.
But you came back and destroyed your next opponent.
Yeah, that's right.
10 zillion years later.
I'm out of
It's been
names.
a long
So.
time.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot more on there.
Well, my next one is hold on. I gotta look him up.
I wish I would have known
Yarrow.
because I would have had the best list.
No, we just talked about this guy.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Yeah, because he beat somebody.
Oh yeah, well we
Beat
no,
somebody
He
who
just
was
hasn't been on the list.
wasn't on
Yeah,
anybody's list.
no, but I was but I said we
So
were.
he's 25.
Oh, Logan Storley. Yeah, we were just
Story,
talking
that's
about.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's 25 and 0.
25-0.
I can't even say his name right. It's Yaroslav Amasov. Yeah, he's just on a tear.
I'm a savage.
Oh yes. Oh man.
This guy just.
I wish I would have watched the fight. Yeah, split decision.
Oh, it's a split decision. Okay, good for Logan Storley.
That sucks for
This
Logan.
guy-
though.
this guy-
Logan's such a beast.
Yeah.
It
I
was
was-
a close fight. Honestly.
I was supposed to fight him in Millbank. That card that we were just talking about where I got that 6-second. I was originally supposed to fight Logan Storley. And then I was like, I'm not making 170. I'm like 215 right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, how about 85? And I was like, bet. Deal. So
Bet.
they switched my opponent. Probably a good thing I did not fight him. As slippery as that cage was and as good of a wrestler as he is, dude, I would have been on my back that whole fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Would not have been good.
yeah, but this guy should definitely go to. I mean, he can't. He's not gonna go to the UFC because Bellator pays so much. But this guy's just because look at it.
Monster.
He's half his wins are knockout, submission, and then he's like well rounded.
Yeah, very well rounded.
Yeah. So we'll see how this guy does. Is that every?
I think so, yeah. And
Well-
then I already...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I already got the next one pasted onto the doc, so...
What is that?
Just the...
Oh, the next card.
Just the next card.
Y'all missed Michael Venom Page, Gegard Mousasi.
I was waiting for you to say
Phil
Gegard.
Phil Davis.
I was waiting for you to say Gegard.
Gegard. I mean, Gegard's a monster.
I like him.
I love
Huge
the guy.
fan.
Who
Huge
hasn't
fan.
he beaten? Like,
He is so underrated too, and
Yeah.
he was so underrated in the UFC.
Yeah.
Some dude, he goes, I've seen that dude with the dreads in the Matrix. That's fucking funny, dude.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Dude with the trans-
I was the albino with the glasses.
That was my cousin.
It's funny.
Okay, let's see.
Well, yeah, that's about it for me. I had a couple of randoms on there, but you guys probably don't know who they are.
Well, let's hear your names.
Yeah.
You guys aren't cool.
Throw him down. What up?
You dumb slut.
Uh,
You won't. You don't.
You'll do nothing.
Adriana Marai.
You'll do nothing.
He's fucking loaded.
Do you want me to look these people up or are you just gonna name them?
And then obviously Marius Kaskavich.
Oh yeah, the guy you knocked out.
Yeah, he's 10
Did
and
he
1,
win
dude.
that fight? That last
Dude, he
one?
lost a decision, but I thought
Oh,
he won.
okay.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
thought he won.
Dana White went out and he said the refs made the wrong decision, so
Yeah.
you're not in. So the guy who beat him didn't get in because he's just the refs made the wrong decision. I'm not gonna let you in the UFC.
Like
In the
after I fought him and he went pro and he was like 6'7" and 0, I'm like, dude, this guy better end up being the GOAT so I can say I beat him.
He looks good.
He's
I
really
remember
good.
that fight. I was like pretty sure I like took my shirt off and
You
like
did.
was
You
like
did.
standing on the
Because you were standing
table.
with Martin in the back.
Oh, yeah. I took my shirt off at like almost every fight.
I'm surprised you're wearing a shirt right
Like,
now.
not even fighting.
Why not?
This is the longest I've been around you with your shirt on.
I just didn't come prepared. I just don't have that breakaway shirt.
Just waiting for you to just rip it off now.
Do
Freshly
we start from the bottom or
pressed,
top? I
so-
don't know.
Bottom, usually.
Bottom. Okay.
Start from the bottom. Start from the bottom.
All right. Time to make some picks, Tubby.
Well,
And if you win, you get literally nothing. So
All right.
that's your
All
incentive.
right.
I'll be the
love
first
it.
one this
We
time.
do, yeah. We make the guests pick, and then they get nothing. They get nothing.
They get
Fucking
nothing.
none.
Have nothing but blood and dust.
Who's next? Because now I'm picking.
I'll go next with Carolina.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
really know who these two are, but
Neither do I. That's why I
Neither
put
do I.
decision because I have no idea. And then
Yeah.
what's your win?
let's go. I'm gonna go decision.
When you
What's
don't
a
know
decision?
when you don't know them, always go decision.
Always go decision.
Oh shit! I put the wrong.
Yeah, I was like wrong initially. I didn't make that pick neither, Tubby. So what's wrong with you,
Face is the wrong initial. Shit, I got him so good.
Tubby?
I'm gonna go with this
Pollyanna?
Pollyanna. I think she's
Yeah.
gonna do a first round submission.
First
All right.
round sub. All right.
Okay.
Wait. No, okay, I'll put TU. Tanner's just a T.
Bet. And I'm also gonna go. I'm gonna go that Pollyanna chick, but I'm gonna go second round sub.
Oof.
Watch neither of those fighters be submission fighters.
They're both Muay Thai world champions with no jiu-jitsu experience.
Oh, I gotta go for my Diva. I can't even say his name right.
Dvashvili.
Yeah.
Such a monster.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I like Cody Stamen, dude. Cody Stamen.
No, I love Statement too, but have
It's
you seen
gonna be
this
a good
Davashi guy
fight.
fight?
Yeah.
It's just, but I have to go decision because the thing about this Davashi guy is, he's not finisher. He just wrestles you and then he's like Khabib.
Yeah.
So, what do you
Yeah, pretty much same. I'll go same as you.
think? Gotta do decision on that. Tubby.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Cody. Honestly, I think that. No, I can't.
Stamen's a monster though too. Yeah.
I know. I don't know.
This is a good fight.
Dude, Stamen is this is a really,
This is a
like,
good
this is a
fight.
big
I
fight
just-
for the division,
I just feel like
Why isn't it higher up on the card?
right?
I'm just gonna say that he's gonna knock him out in the second round.
Second round K.
I'm gonna go Cody Stamen decision. I have a feeling this is shaping up to be a wrestle fucking fight.
It will.
So,
Yeah.
It will.
Oh, we got Sean Strickland on the card. That's
Yeah,
my guy.
they do.
This is
They
actually a
do.
good free. This is a good free
Oh,
card.
really good for sure.
He's been training pretty hard.
Yeah. This I might actually take Strickland. I believe.
I'm definitely taking Jocko.
How dare you?
Jocko's a tank.
He is, bro.
When he was
actually.
doing kickboxing, dude, tank.
Second KO for me. they're both so good. Everyone's so good on this card. Jeez, I don't
I'm gonna
know.
go Jolko decision.
Okay.
Oh man, he trains at American Top Team too.
Oh.
ATT.
If you're an ATT, I already think you're gonna win usually.
Right.
I beat a guy from ATT.
Yeah,
But
because they all.
it was
Man, I don't
it
really
was
know.
ATT
This is like a
Minnesota.
toss up for me. I'm gonna have to stick with my boy Sean Strickland though, just because.
What type?
I don't think he's gonna win, but let's just hope he knocks him out in the third, huh?
The third,
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go Jocko and I'm gonna go first round KO.
Oh man,
Yeah,
not even
that's-
giving my guy Sean.
Yeah.
Giving your guy no respect, Tubby.
No respect at all. Now this is the fight that Devin Clark was supposed to do. He's supposed to fight Cutelaba.
Yeah, but he got the COVID.
So I got to take Cutelaba because this guy's short notice, right?
Yeah.
Like by a week or something.
Yeah. Well, Cutelaba, I feel like he's a better fighter anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care for him.
I don't care. I think he's annoying. but
Yeah, he's annoying, but I'll
And he
just,
just got worked in his
It's,
last
it's like
fight.
picking. It's like picking Henry Cejudo. You know he's gonna win, but you freaking hate
I
him.
haven't gone with a single KO yet, so this is gonna be a first round knockout for Cutelaba for me.
Yeah, I'm not going with Cutelaba. I'm going with that
All right.
Dustin
Jacoby.
short notice fight, and let's just say he's gonna win by decision, huh?
all right.
When in
Yeah,
doubt.
like I got convinced it was good decision.
Decision when in doubt. Just always say it.
Of course.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go Cutelaba, but I'm gonna go first round KO as well.
See, I think that he'll survive one round and then just get destroyed. Now this next fight, Cub
Swans.
versus
Dude.
Yeah, this is a tough.
This is a tough one.
so
This is
hard.
a tough one to announce out loud.
It is.
I actually think Chickadees will
I
take
think
the fight.
we all think Chickadee's gonna win, but
Cub
We all
Swanson's-
want.
but we all want Cub
Yeah,
Swanson
I
to win.
definitely want Cub Swanson to win. I mean,
But it's like your brain versus
such
your
a
heart.
great
It's
guy.
like
He did have a
hey,
good first
brain
fight
versus
back.
heart.
I've been picking with my heart for the last
Okay.
3 weeks, and it has not done me wrong. So let's go with
'Cause
Cub
I'm-
Swanson here.
Okay, hold on. Let me go with my brain because that's why I always do. So, gotta go with. Plus, I actually like Chickadees. So,
Giga Chikadze.
and then Kyle will do.
Cub Swanson, and I'll say second round KO.
There you go.
I'm gonna actually switch mine to decision because I think Cub Swanson's enough of a veteran where he just doesn't get knocked out. We'll see. Oh, jeez, that gives me no room, but whatever.
we're gonna do. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like this fight's gonna go to a decision.
I don't know, man.
Cub Swanson, round 2, TKO.
We just do KO because
I will do
TKO.
the exact same pick, literally.
Really?
Yep.
None of you are going for Chickadees, huh?
He's really good, but man, I just
Every time. Here's the thing.
Cub's such a good pure boxer.
You
but
have
he's
been
fighting,
going with your
he's
heart.
fighting, he's fighting a kickboxing
I have.
world champ.
Because, like, Curtis Blades versus Derek Lewis, I was like, there's no way Curtis Blades loses. And he gets knocked
Pick
out.
with my heart.
Yeah.
He gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Doug Rose comes up against the meanest
a
communist
huge-
you've ever seen.
I'm a huge Derek Lewis fan.
Yeah, big time.
Him and Darren Till are the two funniest people in all of UFC
They're
history.
so funny.
No.
I
This
just
one's
like how they
easy
went
for
back
me.
and they showed the video of them reacting to her head kick, and it's like all the announcers like, ah, screaming and shit, dude.
Now, this one's easy.
Joe
for me.
Rogan reaches both of his arms out and grabs both people next to him.
Came out, yeah.
I love it.
It looks like they're all getting
Dominic Reyes and
You already know I ride this Jui Przaszka's guy's. I can't even say his name right, but I ride his wiener so hard.
Yeah, we know.
He's so good.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I can't pick him. I gotta go with Dominic.
All right.
yeah, me too.
I'll put okay.
I'm going with the other dude.
Jui Przaszka.
Yeah.
So you're going with Dominic Reyes, and you'll go.
Second round KO.
And then
I think he'll feel him out in the first round, finish him in a second.
Tubby's going with Jui Przaszka.
Yeah, he's gonna finish him in the first.
KO or submission?
KO.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
T-Dog.
This is so hard.
I know it is.
Reyes, first round KO. Let's do this.
Oh man.
I had so many first round KOs. This better be a really good fight card, or I'm gonna be so disappointed.
We got a super good one
No,
last week,
'cause
so
last-
this one's just going to suck.
This one's going to be all decisions
This
of
is gonna be
foot,
just a terrible fight card.
foot
because
stomping decisions.
We we got treated with the last card, so this one's just gonna suck.
Yeah, we did. I loved
was
it.
such a good
Except for
card,
the main
dude.
event. The main event.
Dude, the second fight of the night. was so
Because
good.
Jorge got
Yeah, this is my guy. I even messaged him afterwards and told him.
He's like,
Still champ to me.
Marty fake news. And
Marty fake news.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's about it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
I think
appreciate
so.
you guys letting me come on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, dude, for
sorry
sure.
I
We
kept my
appreciate you keeping your shirt on.
but yeah. It'll
It
come
is-
off next
It's
week.
such
It
a
is
nice-
hot in here.
It's such a nice shirt, though, man. It
Yeah,
really is.
Thank you. Freshly pressed, dude.
Now that I think about it, we should have worn our Mark stuff.
That's alright. We'll do
We should have.
We'll do it another time.
We're gonna do a
I
photo
actually
shoot.
have
Yeah, when's the
I
photo shoot?
actually have like a little impromptu photo shoot that I want to offer you guys for the support. You know, kind of little something before we
What is it?
just whenever. You know, I
Oh,
just
okay.
want to kind of be random. The photographer that we have is just, I mean, he's amazing. Like,
Oh,
it'd
nice.
just
Okay.
be like super random. You know, you don't even really have to pose. We'll just go somewhere. Downtown, you know, or wherever, you know, just take a couple casual pictures and let
Yeah.
him do his work, and then, you know, to be just for fun, and then, you know, eventually we'll use it for like promotion and stuff. But I just want to do it for everybody so far that's, you know,
Plus,
supported
me and
us
Kyle are really
before
hot, so.
before we launch, right? Exactly. Yeah.
I know you're going to post.
Way to pick the two hottest dudes you
Right.
could possibly pick.
Right. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm doing it for everybody.
So is
But
there a
yeah.
place? Is there a place now you can pick up gear, or
There
or is
isn't
this for
yet,
the
you
lounge?
know. We're kind of waiting to launch, and this is kind of just like something that I want to do for everybody before we do kind of get
Right.
crazy and go public. I want to be able to have our own garments, so I want to be able to, you know, be printing with our own apparel, basically. So I don't want to be printing on resale clothes. So basically, like right now we're
Right.
printing on Bella canvas, which they're nice clothes, but we want to have our own threads.
Need
Yeah.
material.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
I'll pick some cotton for you.
yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
so eventually, we'd actually be using those the pictures, of you guys for like promotional stuff too. So
Yeah,
but for now, to just be for fun, just be something that you guys could post, and I'll be posting on my Snapchat. I have a public profile, like 2,500 or so people watching it. So
Right on.
yeah,
guys.
it's
Well,
cool.
there you have it. Keep a lookout because
Make us
they're
more.
sick. Man.
Make us more stuff for a podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Just send me some logos. Yeah,
We got some logos.
Yeah.
send me some designs.
That's
or
our
whatever.
main logo, I think.
Yeah. So the DTG printer can print anything. I mean, the colors that it can do are just, it's awesome. I love it. So
Yeah.
Hot.
man.
Hot.
we got some pretty
they
cool
are-
designs too.
They are
I
pretty.
mean,
What do the kids say? Crispy.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Do the kids say that?
I
I think it's for shoes.
Oh, crispy.
But
I'm not up
that's
to
a crispy I think a crispy T-shirt means something else entirely. But there you have it. Keep an eye out for the launch of his clothing.
Yeah.
Line because
yeah.
that'll be some dope stuff for you.
Yeah,
guys
we
to
got
buy,
designs
so.
for everybody. Adults and kids.
Prostitutes.
Dogs. Prostitutes.
Cats, dogs. No, we're not huge in the prostitute biz.
I'm trying to stay away.
You want to buy a prostitute from here? Yeah, just hop online and just
The last time we were in that,
yeah, it didn't turn
Didn't
out
end
so
well.
good, yeah.
Jews.
Especially.
My
Should've
three
been
bug
in
moves.
Vegas,
Prostitutes, old ladies, and bear traps. 3 things I don't do.
Heard that.
but there you go, guys. That's Velocity Mixed Martial Arts episode 3. Thanks for coming on, Tubby. It was fun,
Yeah,
man.
It was, thanks.
Tune in next week to see. We don't know who we got for sure yet, but
Kyle Lundy.
we're hoping. Okay,
Oh,
is it?
right.
All
Yeah, I
right.
know
Lundy,
Kyle.
Lundy.
Two
Yeah.
Kyles. Two Kyles on the
It's gonna be
podcast.
Yeah.
Here we
2,000
go.
podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's what you
Because I
just
want to get
got.
Kyle Hess on the week after that.
Oh,
There you go.
same
Even though
time.
his, even though
Same
his boxing
time.
match.
Same time.
Kyle Lundy, Kyle Hess,
They'll
Kyle
they
Hess.
just box.
Oh, we can't do that because the initials are a little racist. So.
Oh yeah.
Let's go ahead and avoid that.
We can't have 3.
No, sir. But thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week to see how we did on our picks and to see the week after that's picks. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and podcast services all over the place. Thanks for watching. We will be back next week with more punchy stuff. And if you're watching tonight, stay tuned here in a little while for the nerdy half of the Velocity podcast where we talk about movies and junk.
We're
So,
huge nerds.
thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week. Oh, and I'd like to take this moment to apologize to absolutely nobody